Now, there are certain things you might expect to see on the table at a wedding. Flowers, table favours, glass of fizz. But what about a singles sheet? This is a printout of headshots of all the guests who are there who are single, and it is laid out on every table.
No.
This is a thing. Yes, Carrie.
No,
Kelly,
I'd be...
It's a thing.
But I would be humiliated by that because it's my personal life, and when I'm ready to divulge it, or if I'm ready to divulge it, I will in my own time. And if I want to, you know, have a chat and a flirt or get to know somebody, let that be my choice and on my terms and when or if I'm ready.
So you don't want, like, she's the single?
No, because I don't... It's like plastering on my forehead and going, I'm single and I'm available. I might be single, but I might not be available today because I don't want your unwanted attention. Thank you very much. Take it somewhere else.
But do you not think sometimes it's just a nice way of going,
no.
Look, there's Kelly over there and there's Jim over there and Bob and
I can do that myself by having a little chin wag and going, clocking if there's a wedding ring on the finger. No, there isn't. Right, having a nice conversation. I know. But, you know, let me get there in my own time and in my own way.
But lots of people meet at weddings, don't they? You meet lots of people that say,
they
we went to a
do. But I think it's when you're younger, maybe, when you're... I don't know. I mean, even when I was married, I never saw myself... If I went to a wedding or to a party or whatever, I never saw myself as an appendage of somebody. I was always there as me. So I don't feel that my relationship status is relevant to me socialising. Yeah. So when I go to a wedding, the thought that they would go, right, big badge here with single is like, how is that relevant? I can still hold a conversation with people, you know, and whatever, and just be there because I like people's company.
And would you relish going to a wedding on your own? Like, do you mind going
I'm going to a wedding on my own in August. Am I relishing it? It's a wedding abroad, actually. I mean, I will know people when I get there. And they did say I could bring a +1, but I was thinking, well, I haven't got a +1. Yeah. Not, you know, a significant other +1. So no, I'm going to go on my own. But,
And you're fine with that?
Yeah.
Listen, you can talk to it. But see, actually, some of my single friends, I said, bring a friend with you. One friend I knew, because we'd all worked together, and another friend of mine brought her girlfriend with her, just because I didn't want them to kind of turn up at a wedding on their own. Not because I didn't think they were capable of that or wouldn't know how to talk to somebody. I just thought it'd be nicer for them, travelling there, getting there. You know, sometimes you can't find the venue if you're on your own. And just walking in, even the most confident people... walking into some big event on your own where you think you might not know people, I think is really difficult.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't mean to say that those two people have to be marked out as single.
No.
Could be two women, could be, you know, whatever.
Oh, no, I think... Listen, don't get me wrong, I was horrified when I read this. I would hate the fact that my face was printed. I wouldn't mind if the bride or the groom had said, oh, my friend Ruth's coming, she's on her own, look out for her or something, but...
Quiet.
I'm staying quiet because I want a T-shirt printed. You know what would be the most embarrassing thing? If you had the badge, single, the face on the board, and you were the only one at the table. That would be more...
Still nobody's
mortifying.
What would you have printed, babe?
Single.
Single, ready to mingle.
I don't think it's necessarily... I know what you're all saying, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Because equally, when you go to a wedding, sometimes you can be on your own and at a table where everyone there is in couples, and that's fine. But I don't know. I think it breaks the ice a bit. Like, you could have a laugh about it when you sat down. Do you know what I mean? You could go, oh, Sado's table, all alone.
I quite like the singles table.
I like that.
It's
They're
just
the party
a sheet of paper with my face on it.
Yeah.
I'd be worried people would be, like, marking me out of town.
Yeah.
Like, don't
lots of people, like...
It's like a dating app wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of people say you sort of slip off the table plan of life when you're single. Like, you know, that if people are having a dinner party, they go, oh, we're not going to invite them because they're single. And it's an awkward number. You know, it's like 2, 2, 10, 10. Don't like dinner parties anyway.
What about destination weddings? Because a lot of people now are getting married abroad, OK? And then they say, come come to my wedding in Australia or come to my wedding in Jamaica.
I think
But
it's
you have to pay
clever.
your flight, your hotel. Even, apparently, some bridesmaids are being asked to
Buy
their
I
own
don't agree with
bridesmaids.
that.
Dress
If
and
you
dress.
ask someone to be a bridesmaid, then you should pay.
Yeah.
And if you can't afford to have 20 bridesmaids, then have 2 that you can afford.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should be asked to pay for bridesmaid stuff ever. But it is the in thing now. But as far as destination weddings, I think it's clever sometimes because I think it's when you can't afford, you know, you've got a lot of friends or a lot of family and it is so expensive, weddings anyway. And I think what you're saying is, look, we're going to get married over here and you're very welcome to come, but we'll totally understand if you can't make it and we won't be offended. It's a good way of, you know...
Cutting down the numbers.
Cutting down the price.
Yeah, but if
and
it's-
the thing is, my nephew and his now wife did it. And because she's got a massive family, we've got a massive family, thinking, well, they won't all be able to afford it, and everyone went.
Yeah. But if you have it somewhere
Cost them a
decent
fortune.
at a good time of year, people make it into a holiday, don't
Yeah.
they? They like
Yeah.
to stay longer.
Yeah, we stayed for a week. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK. Well, if you're
Wow.
getting married, we wish you a very happy day. It says here, recent survey, 3 million Brits plan to spend an average of £999 each to attend a wedding abroad. £1,000 just to go to the wedding. Would they expect a present? Can't have both, can you? Surely.
Can't have both.
No.
Can't have both.